Earth movements and seasons. In this chapter, we will study changing seasons, how seasons are changing in a year. Then after, we will study 6 seasons. We have 6 seasons. What are those? We will study. Then there are certain factors which influences the seasons, that what we call factors affects the seasons. What are those factors? Curvature of the earth, earth's rotation on its axis, earth's tilt and revolution around the sun. What is mean by tilt? It is the bend. When earth rotates, it bends. That what we call tilt. So these are the factors we will discuss. Then the last part of this lesson, temperature belts on the earth. How many temperature belts are there on the earth? That we are going to study in this chapter. So let us see what is meant by changing seasons, right? Here we know that most of our Indian subcontinent, India is also called Indian subcontinent. So maximum part of the Indian subcontinent gets 3 seasons. Those are summer, monsoon and winter. What is meant by monsoon here? It is rainy season. So throughout India, we get 3 seasons: summer, monsoon and winter. If you go far south in India, that is at Tamil Nadu or Kerala or Andamans, they do not experience much of the cold during the winter season. In winter, we get cold, but the cold what we experience is much than the cold experiences by people in Tamil Nadu, Kerala or Andaman Nicobar Islands. So why does Tamil Nadu, Kerala and Andaman Nicobar Islands experience very low cold during the winter season? Because they are near to the equator. We will discuss that. Similarly, the summer season is very brief in the northeastern states. Most of North India witnesses all the 3 seasons, that is summer, monsoon and winter. Summer, North India. What is meant by North India? It is from the Tropic of Cancer. You know, the Gujarat, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Bihar, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Himachal Pradesh, Punjab, Haryana, like these. All these are the states located at north of India, in the northern part of India. So in these states, they experience warm summer. Warm summer means it is somewhat temperature low in summer there, right? In summer we experience much of the temperature near about 45 degrees centigrade temperature we experience. And whereas in North India, it is not like 43 or 44. Okay, they experience very warm summer and cold winters. Winters are very cold and rainy monsoon. That means rainy season. So most of the North India witnesses all the three seasons, that is summer, monsoon, and winter. Okay, so these are the seasons we experience in our India. The seasons changes, right? So here in ancient Sanskrit literature, an year divided into the six seasons. How many? Six seasons. Okay. There major three seasons we have seen: summer, winter, and monsoon. In between these three seasons, some more three seasons are added. Those we call intermediate seasons. Okay. So what are that? Okay. We see here. This is Vasanta, one season. Grishma. These are called in ancient Sanskrit. In Sanskrit language, the six seasons are called with different names. Okay, so what are those? One is Vasanta. Okay, second is Grishma. What that? Grishma. Understand? And third is Varsha. Okay, Varsha in the sense monsoon. And fourth is Sharat. Sharat, this one, fourth. Third, Varsha. Fifth is Hemanta. And sixth is Shishira. In ancient Sanskrit, these are called ritus. In English, these are called ritus. In ancient Sanskrit, those are called ఋతువులు. So there are six ritus. తెలుగులో అయితే 6 ఋతువులు. Okay. So Varsha, what we call it is a spring. Grishma in the sense it is a summer. Okay. So Vasanta in the sense it starts from March and April. Okay. Dear students, these six seasons we find in a year. Okay. And in these six seasons, in each season, we find 2 months. How many months? 2 months. Vasanta is there. Vasanta starts in the month of March and April. Okay. So what we call March and April in ancient Sanskrit, those are called Chaitra. Okay. Chaitra. These are used by the priest, Pandits. Pandit says this is Chaitra Masam, this is uh, Vaishakha Masam, okay? Ashada completed, Shravana started, like that they says. So March in the sense it is Chaitra, and April in the sense it is Vaishakha, okay? And next is there Grishma. Grishma, it is in the month of May and June. That what we call Jesta, Ashada. This comes in Grishma. Then Varsha, that is July, August. This is July. Then next is August, Varsha Rutuvu. Okay. In Sanskrit, these are called Shravana, then Sharat Rutu, Sharat Masa. Okay. So now it is Shravana going to complete, right? Then next is Sharat is there. Okay. That comes in September and October. Okay. So what are the months in Sharat? That is September, October in English. In Sanskrit, it is Ashwayuja and Kartika. Ashwayuja. Okay, Ashwayuja. And another one is Kartika. Okay, Kartika Masam we say, right? So these are the months in which we experience Sharat Rutu. Which Rutu? Sharat Rutu. That means Sharat Rutu is in Ashwayuja and Kartika month. Okay, that in English we call September and October. The next is Hemanta. This is November and December. In Sanskrit we call Margashira Pushya. Margasira Masam. Pushya Masam we says. Okay. Then last is Shishira. Shishira in the sense winter. That is January and February. In ancient Sanskrit it is Magamasam and Falguna. Okay, these are the what 6 months, what to call it seasons we experience. These are stated by the ancient scholars. Which scholars? Ancient scholars have stated this. Every season is connected with certain festivals. Okay, that is especially we see that all these have connection with agricultural operations. Okay, our festivals are connected with agricultural operations. Instead, you know that Vasanta marks the end of the cold winter. Okay. Vasanta starts by March. Okay. It starts by what? March. In the month of March, we see the cold season ends and summer season gradually starts. Okay. That is the end of the cold winter. There, the trees, flowering of the trees we see. Okay. And it is the harvest time. Harvest time in the sense the crops comes into the hand. The crops which are cultivated in the winter season, those are called winter crops. When seeds are sown in the winter, those seeds will give crops at the end of the what to call cold winter, that is beginning of the Vasanta. Okay, so here we see the winter crop comes into the hand in the month of what? March. Understand? A number of communities in India welcome this new year during this season. They celebrate the festivals. So what is the festival celebrated in this Vasanta? Okay, Vasanta Panchami. The first day we see that Vasanta Panchami will come. Then Holi, Ugadi, right? Gudi Padava, then Vishu, Bihu, Baisakhi, Palnadu. All these are the names of the festivals followed people living in different parts of the India. Okay, look at the what the festival names are given here: Vasanta Panchami, Holi, Ugadi, Gudi Padwada, Vishu, Bihu, Baisakhi, and Palnadu. Okay, all these are the what festivals. Okay, experienced by the people. That means the communities living in different parts of the India. So every season is connected with the festivals which are connected with the agricultural operations, right? Next, you see that what is Grishma? It is the time when we see that high temperatures are recorded in most parts of the India. Grishma in a Sanskrit language, it means hot. So hottest part of the India is Grishma Ritu. Okay. Varsha, And this is the water ritu starts with the rainy season. Okay, so in the rainy season we see that many of the agricultural operations will start in most of the parts of India. Farmers will go on engaging their activities, agricultural activities, by the beginning of the rain. Okay, then Sharad, it is we see that the sky appears very clear. Okay, that means the blue sky appears it clean, and the monsoon crops, that means the crops which cultivated in the rainy season will come into the hand. Okay, and this Sharad is in the month of September and October. So in this Ritu we celebrate Deepavali, Dasara, right? These are the festivals we celebrate in this season. Okay, so in every season we find certain festivals, and the festivals what we get in all the seasons are connected with agricultural activities instead. So that is the connectivity what we find what to call in the ritus and what to call the festivals instead. So these are the what Grishma, Varsha, and Sharat. Okay. The next is there Hemanta and Shishira. Okay. Hemant, it is the season, pleasant season across the country. Okay. It is November and December. In the month of November and December, we get Hemanta Rutu, and that November December in a Sanskrit language is called Margashira and Pushya. Okay, Sishira. Sishi means what? Cold in ancient language. So it is the coldest period in the year, that is Shishira Rutu. Okay, Himalayan regions receive the snowfall during this Shishira Rutu, and the number of crops harvesting festivals, that is Lohri, Pongal, Makara Sankranti, these are celebrated by the end of this season. Shishira is in January and February. So by end of the February, what we see, March will start. So that is the beginning of the what Ugadi, right? That is our Pongal. Then Makara Sankranti. These in our Telugu states. If you go to the what other states, they have these festivals with other names, that is Lohri. Okay, so in every season we find certain festivals, right? So there are six seasons. Okay, and these seasons are there in Indian subcontinent. Okay, the seasons what we experience is different with another area on the earth. For example, Australia, South Africa, and Chile, these you try to locate on the globe. There you see that these are the countries we called as southern countries, because these are in the southern hemisphere, right? The world divided into two hemispheres, northern hemisphere, southern hemisphere. So Australia is in a southern hemisphere, right? South Africa also in southern hemisphere. Chile, it's a part of South America. Where is South America? In southern hemisphere. So these are southern continents. South Africa in the sense African continent. So these continents are located to the south of equator, right? Where they are located? To the south of equator. Look at here. This is our globe, and it is equator. What I am showing, this is equator, right? So the hemisphere above the equator, this is northern hemisphere, right? And the hemisphere below the equator, that is the southern hemisphere. So in southern hemisphere we find South America, African continent, Australia. So the seasons of the continents in southern hemisphere different with the seasons of northern hemisphere. Okay, here they have winter when we have summer. Okay, it means that when what to call we have summer in the northern hemisphere, where here when it is summer to us, our India is above the equator, so our India falls in a northern hemisphere. So what is the season we experience in March, April, May? It is summer. So when we experience summer in the month of March, April and May in southern hemisphere here, that means the people of a South American continent, Australian continent, and South African people, they experience winter. Which one? Winter. Okay. So where the seasons are opposite here. So when we get winter, then they get summer. Okay. This is the what pattern of the seasons around the globe. Look at this southern countries. So what it is when it is summer here. Okay, look at here what I am writing. When they experience summer, then we get winter. Okay, when we get a summer here, then the winter comes to here, because it is depending on the sun's position and the earth rotation as well as revolution around the sun. Okay, so we will discuss this what to call in coming class. Okay, so here there is a different pattern of seasons in southern hemisphere and what to call northern hemisphere. Our India is in a northern hemisphere. Here it is there, right? So in the month of March, April, we get summer, right? By the time in southern hemisphere it is winter. So how it is winter there and summer, it depends on the insolation received and the curvature of the earth. Okay, that means the shape of the earth. You have seen the globe, how it is in spherical shape. Let us see the factors affecting the seasons in the next class.